Om Shanti. Good morning, all of you. I hope I'm audible clearly. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, welcome all of you to another soul stirring session, I must say, of Vihasa workshops. Before I go ahead, let me just today introduce that today is 10th October 2020. It's a beautiful date, 10/10/2020. I'm getting a lot of messages since morning on that. You'll never get this date again. And fortunately, today is the ending of, or today is actually the World Mental Health Day, 10th of October. Every year it's celebrated. And from 5th October to 10th, last 5 days, this was celebrated in the psychiatry and psychology world with lot of dhoom dham. The motto or the theme for these 5 days were move for mental health, let's invest. Because we don't invest time in improving our mental health. That's what people have seen. And in Pune, particularly in Sassoon Hospital, which is a government hospital set up here, this week was celebrated, and they came up with this motto, and they were experiencing high call volumes from medical practitioners who were really having a lot of suicidal tendency. They were highly depressed. It's all because of the COVID crisis. And to add to that, there are many other underlying factors which are already there in everyone's stressed life. So nothing like Vihasa to help address all these big 4-5 issues, what we call work-related stress, emotional burnout, low self-esteem, poor morale, and also there's a lot of violence towards doctors nowadays, with again the crisis of corona amidst all of that. So to address all these issues, compassion module is one of the best, and fortunately we are starting with compassion module this time. So we are also celebrating the World Mental Health Day today. So I'm happy that there were actually around 10 participants who were doctors. The unfortunate thing is doctors are very busy. Even on a Saturday, they don't have time. So we are totally with them. We can't blame them that they are not attending, but they are busy with their duties. So no worries. We have many other participants as well. But today's it's just dedicated to this theme of let's invest in our own mental health. So thanks all of you for joining. We have around 2022 participants. And I am Manoj. All of you all know me very well. By profession, I am a kidney specialist for children. And I have my other two facilitators who will be introducing you all to you all soon. And we have a very important guest with us, Dr. Ashok Mehta, who I will be passing on to soon. He is the medical wing director and also the director of the Brahmakumaris Hospital in Mumbai. And he's very importantly the medical advisor to the Janki Foundation. So before I hand on the lead to him, I'll just share my slides. Or Praful Bhai, if you can just share it, the first screen to just, I haven't opened it, I'm sorry. Can you do the sharing, Praful Bhai, of the first slide? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So just to give you a recap of these modules which we have been doing since the end of May, we have covered positivity in 3 parts, building resilience in 2 parts, valuing self, spirituality, values, all these in 3 parts. And the next slide, we have also covered after that peace as well. So thanks all of y'all who were able to join. Don't feel depressed that if you haven't attended all of them, it will be an ongoing thing and we'll be doing it very regularly. So now today we'll be doing the compassion module. So let me pass it on to the co-facilitators and Dr. Ashok Mehta. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj Bhai. It's a pleasure to be with you on this very interesting day, 10/10/2020. Um, my job today is to introduce you to the Vyasa, the values in healthcare, a spiritual approach. I'm going to share some of my slides. Are you able to see them? Uh,
You
are
have
you
to
able,
share the screen. You have to share the screen first. Yeah.
okay, wait a minute. Sorry.
Yeah. Take your time. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you able to see now?
Yeah, we can see now. Yeah. Yeah. And if you can
Uh,
just make the slide show if possible. Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll shift this. Uh, I think our thing is, maybe I remove my face from here. Okay. Values in healthcare, a spiritual approach. The acronym is a Vyasa. This is a personal and team development program for healthcare professionals like doctors and nurses. As Manoj Bhai just mentioned, that we work under stress and burnout is a very common factor, especially during times of crisis like this. So uh, I'm not able to move. Okay.
If you're not able to move, maybe enter, or is it just the next, or maybe you can minimize it. Huh, okay.
No, that's fine. Well, I would, okay. What are values? The first and most important thing is we are talking of two things, values and a spiritual approach. So let's look at the values. Values are one which make our work and life valuable. I think we have to accept that our life is a very valuable thing. And it helps to understand the purpose of our life. Why are we here? And why have we become the medical professionals or the doctors, or for that matter, any profession that you choose? And the personal truths are important for happiness. Each one of us is looking for happiness. As a matter of fact, everyone wants to be happy, healthy, and have harmonious relationship and would also like to be holy. Okay. Again, just stuck. I can't move the slide. Okay, here it is. Sorry. Um, well, a spiritual approach has a distinctive style of training, this particular Vyasa. It's not designed to be taught. In other words, we are not the teachers, but we guide the participants and facilitator. And this program helps to guide the participants and the facilitator to experience our core values, which we mentioned earlier. The purpose of our life, which makes us valuable. This is an internal experience which can be used in personal and professional life later. Whatever we do today, if we are going to have a module on compassion, how do you take back compassion in your personal and professional life? This is like a trip or a voyage of inner discovery, unique to each participant. Each one of us has a different type of life that we have led, and which is going to be have different experiences and different value systems, and we will share it in this group. This is the most important part, that you have an opportunity of sharing your thoughts with your partner and with a small group or a large group. This is the essence of the program. And enhanced clarity we develop on value-based practice. This is the entire purpose of values in healthcare. This program was developed by Janki Foundation. Dadi Janki was chief of Brahma Kumaris between 2007 and 2020. She left her mortal body only 6th of March. She lived in England between two, 1974 and 2007, when she came back to India again to become a chief. During that visit, when she used to visit hospitals in England, she noticed there was a tremendous amount of loss of uh, interest, or one would say the interest in the practice of medicine. She saw it, it's a burnout, physical, mental, and emotional burnout amongst the healthcare professionals. So she proposed to a group of doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, health consultants, educational experts, that we should do something to prevent this burnouts. And that's how this program of values in healthcare was developed. It took almost 4 years and hundreds of hours of work. And they developed this program about 450 pages. It's almost like an encyclopedia, and on bringing everything together. The 8 values, the modules has 8 modules, like we are going to have a compassion today. Each module would take almost a whole day, 8 hours of work. It would have about 8 or 10 exercises uh, in the thing. And there's a music, there is meditation, and lots of creativity and play is all incorporated in this program. Uh, the, it's actually based on four principles: the values, the holism, the positivity, and spirituality. These are the four underlying principles on which. And the first thing is there is a change, a paradigm shift. Most of us as doctors are interested in looking after, making a diagnosis of a patient, investigate him, and treat him. But here, the shift is a paradigm shift. We are not only going to look at the welfare of the patient, but the most important is welfare of a physician. Physician, heal thyself. We must feel good. We must enjoy our work and not only survive, but thrive. That's important. Healthcare professional is at the center of this program. Self-care and personal development, and increase the morale, restore the purpose for what we joined the medical school. The vision and the values we have, each one of us has a different values and vision. And I think in the bargain, when we started practicing, we lost many of our good qualities under different circumstances. And the second important thing about this program is learning through direct experience. That's why we call it an experiential program. We understand the values through facilitated experiential learning. We talked about facilitated, it's not a teaching. Um, One of the other things that, of course, is we have a time for reflection and sharing in supportive environment. Now we are doing this program virtually, and therefore we are going to miss some part, essential part of this, uh, in terms of sitting together, participating physically, and creating that atmosphere at that point of time. Uh, and a third important program, a part of the key principle is relevant to work and personal life. Whatever you do and you learn here, you take it back to your personal life and to your professional life, to your clinic, to the hospital, or whatever you're practicing, wherever you're practicing. So this has a many interesting features of this program, which we may or may not be able to appreciate on the virtual thing, but the action planning, what I'm going to do later on, evaluation, what you have learned today, and commitment to ongoing learning, not only what you have done, but it has to be ongoing, because anything that you do once, you are likely to forget after a little while. And this is important to create an healing environment and high quality care in practice. We have these 8 modules, values which motivate you. The peace module as benefit from remaining calm. A positivity harness the power of the thoughts. Positive thinking, that's the entire exercise. Positivity is the basis of everything that we do in values. Compassion, which you're going to experience today, release your healing energy. Cooperation, they appreciate the wisdom of the teams. We all depend on our teams whenever we work. We cannot work in isolation. The valuing the self, this is the crux of the whole matter. You're sustaining the carer. If you want to look after patients well, first is you must be healthy yourself. You must be happy yourself. You must live in harmony, and you must be holy. Spirituality in healthcare, spiritual care in practice we talked about, and building resilience as practical and positive response to stress and burnout. Uh, there are 7 learning tools, or we call spiritual tools. Basically, all these tools have for your internal journey to make your mind positive, to create positive thoughts, to focus your mind, to make it peaceful. That's what meditation, visualization, and reflection are all about. The reflection, you have plenty of experiences stored in your subconscious. You have to bring it to the surface. You must remember those happy moments, those successful moments when you really achieved your goals, or you did something that was fascinating, which you will remember forever. I think this is what we should be doing, reflecting on our successes. Appreciation, this is a very vital part. The entire program is based on a system called appreciative inquiry. Uh, you should never be critical. You should not be compare yourself with others. You are a unique creation, and therefore you must appreciate yourself and others. Listening, deep listening is a very important spiritual tool. It can relieve the patient as well as when you listen, you also can know everything that you want to know about the patient. The creativity and playfulness are right brain activities, which we have almost forgotten as we grew in practice and grew in age. I think you go back to those beautiful experiences of creativity and playfulness, which makes this program a very interesting. This program was launched in India in 2005, actually, and the launching, official launching, was done by APJ Abdul Kalam, the then president, in April of 2006. Uh, it's a long journey between human being and being human, so said Mahatma Ji. Here is a classical example of compassion. Uh, the patient is a Sanskrit scholar, Parchure Sastri. Parchure Sastri uh, had leprosy, and those days when leprosy was supposed to be contagious and there were no cure. And he had a long drawn out process of leprosy. He wanted to see, have darshan of Mahatma Gandhi before he passed away. So he went to Sevagram in Varda, but he was prevented from entering the ashram by the volunteers there. But Gandhiji came to know that there's somebody who was waiting for him to be seen. So he went out to see him and found the Sanskrit scholar suffering from advanced leprosy. He brought him into the ashram, much against the will of the ashramites. And he used to take personal care of his wounds on the leg. Here he is tending to the wound on Parthura Shastri's foot. Now, this was a stamp, postal stamp, 1959, published in 59, with logo, leprosy is curable. This is a classical example. The ripple effect, one small change can have an enormous impact. It's like dropping a pebble into a quiet water. This is what is going to happen to you in your life by this program. This is a program in which you can see extreme right on the chair is Manoj Bhai. This was in 2014. And I must admire Manoj for having taken a tremendous leadership and created this virtual program and traveling across the country. I think this is the essence of this entire program, that everyone can contribute. This has been, we have now probably more than 1,000 facilitators in 50 different countries. And this pack has been translated in 12 languages. This is when we introduced the program to China, almost 10, more than, this is the year is written here. I can't see, I think the time is written, is not the, yeah. This is about 10 years back. Um, this was the initial group in 2007, the entire staff of our hospital administration. What we realized is it has a tremendous contribution this program makes to our professional life, our personal life, our organization, and our education. That's why it's important that these programs are introduced to undergraduate and postgraduate students in the medical schools, nursing schools, physiotherapy schools, and so on. I have been at it for a long time. We've been talking to Maharashtra University of Health Sciences and other universities, but it becomes political because uh, if they give this program of values to Brahma Kumaris, then other spiritual groups also say that we would like to do the same program. So that's the problem. So we have forgotten that taking care of people is the greatest honor we could have. Let me end here. Thank you very much, Manoj, for permitting me to talk to this interesting group of 33 participants, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, so much for sharing. No worries. It is a pleasure to listen to you always. Over to Anu sister and Praful Bhai for your introduction and the further reviews. Thank you.
I'll start. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Mehta. Very nice to listen to the introduction from you today. So I am Anu. I'll be one of the facilitator joining from Vancouver, Canada, and really very excited to dive deep into compassion, the most beautiful, I think, virtue. Myself, I'm a researcher in the pharmaceutical industries, and I'm with Brahma Kumaris for about 10 years. And this values program, just very recently I started, and truly it's a blessing to really think about values all the time and how to bring it to action. And these sessions, as I facilitate, it helps me greatly to see those values and make sure that I'm using those values in my actions. So I'm very happy to be a part of this program. And I now invite Praful brother to introduce himself.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sister Anu. So, yes, it's great being part of this wonderful program. I have been associated with Brahma Kumari since last 18 years and with the Vihasa since over 5 years. And yes, throughout last 6 months as we are doing this virtual Vihasa workshop, each session is a great learning for me. As Dr. Mehta mentioned, each drop has a ripple effect. So no matter at a very superficial level, we might think, oh, compassion is such a basic value. I have it. But when we really go deep dive into the exercises and we start exploring what are the areas where I can develop that small change, even if it be a short one, can have a ripple effect, not only to us, but to our families, to our friends, or to the society where we are staying. So I invite everyone to today's session, and without wasting much of the time, I would now request Sister Anu to lead us with the first exercise. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Brother Praful. Yes, so the ripple effect, it starts from within us. So are we ready to see ourselves that how much compassion we hold within? And yes, Dr. Mehta emphasized that for healthcare people, definitely compassion care is very important. But well, without compassion, no human being can exist. So it is for all of us, and we are really thankful for this program to give this opportunity to us with this very beautiful exercise, so that um, we can see and understand and bring it to our life. So this is the compassion. The very first exercise is compassion in action. So, compassion has to be seen in action. So, let's jump into the first question right away. So, first question that we will reflect on today is a compassionate person. So, reflect on and find an example of a compassionate person that you know. It can be a colleague, someone you admire, or any figure, historical or living. So give a few moments. I'll give you 2 minutes to think about and think when you're reflecting what sort of things they do, the actions that is for yourself to see, connect that why that person is compassionate to you, what kind of behavior or actions they do, but most importantly, recognize what quality they demonstrate. So for this reflection, I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes with some soft music. So look within and find out the answers. Hope you got your answer. Next, move to the part 2. Like yourself as a compassionate person, what are the personal qualities you can identify in you? So reflect on an act of compassion you have done or you do, and identify the particular qualities that you show in that act. So that's how you can see what compassion is in you. What is the quality? So let's take 2 minutes. So I hope you all have written compassionate act. That is very deep, but we see it every day. We want to hear from you. So maybe we'll go to the sharing mode. That quality wise, what are the qualities of compassionate act that you recognize? So who is the person, the compassionate person for you, and what qualities they demonstrated? So can we hear from you? Can we see some hand raised? Otherwise I'll call you. Okay, so anyone ready to share? Who is your compassionate person that you identified and what qualities they demonstrated? You can also talk about your quality, your action, but more emphasis is on the qualities, not the action. That is for yourself to recognize. I hope that's clear. So yes, I can see Rita has a raised hand. So yes, Rita, you want to share?
Yeah, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Anu. What I'd like to talk about when you're talking about compassionate person, it's the first prerequisite to you have to be understanding. And once you have that understanding should come into your behavior in the sense that you, even if the person is not telling you anything, but that compassion and allows you to understand what that person is going through. And sometimes it so happens it can even be something which society never even talks about. Like, for example, my mother-in-law is a very compassionate person, and she understood that there are poor people who need help. There are rich people. There are all sorts of people. There is also a sort of mm, group of people who cannot ask for help, but they also need it. So it can be a small little thing as she is not she is not well and she is not able to
Sure.
eat properly. So
Yeah.
she
So
small
understanding is
little
the
thing,
quality.
yeah, that understanding beyond uh, verbalization.
Right. So from the heart,
That
from
is what I
within.
would,
Sure.
yeah,
Thank
the
you
thought
so
from
much.
behind.
Yes,
Thank
from
you.
within. Okay. Who else raised hand? Okay, so many people. Okay, Mahesh, we'll hear from you.
Yeah. My ideal compassionate person is Bill Gates.
Sorry.
Bill Gates.
Okay, Bill Gates. Bill Gates is okay. Sorry. Yes.
Yes.
Bill Gates.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, to talk about him is, as everyone knows, he is a philanthropist and he
Mm,
helps everyone and he finds causes to help and he helped big countries also, small countries also like Nigeria,
right.
Zimbabwe, right? So he has foundation and he's I feel he's very compassionate towards the causes which are happening in the world, and he's donating a lot of money to the be it like coronavirus vaccination, be it like malaria vaccinations. So I feel he's very caring about the world.
Caring. Okay, philanthropy and health
Okay.
care. Sure. And how about for yourself? You would like to say something you
Yes,
identified?
yes, yes. Whenever we start our day, we have a stand-up meeting in our office, and first thing as a leader, I inquire about people, how they are feeling. Is there any problem, or is there any help they need, or are there any challenges they are facing? In this situation, uh, first I inquire about whether whether anyone has impacted in this situation, whether be it their friends, family.
Okay.
So that inquiry should happen actually. First of all, as a human being, we should inquire how they are feeling.
Right. So that's beautiful connection of inquiring, asking. That's the compassion and action that we are doing. That's beautiful to recognize it and do it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Akanksha, you want to share, please?
Yeah, hi, hello everyone.
Yes.
So I'm a practicing dermatologist here in Pune. So I've seen many of my senior consultants. So for me, it was even when the OPD is in like full peak hours, but still one of my senior consultant used to give a lot of time to listen to the patient and the stress they are going through, because there are many stress-induced skin conditions in dermatology, like psoriasis or many other. So yeah, in spite of the busy number of patients, giving that time and giving that extra comfort to the patient by some consultants was
Right.
act of generosity for me.
Beautiful. Yeah. In the busy schedule, she took care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And how about yourself? Anything?
Helping out the maids maybe at times with the medications and listening to them, their problems, or even for our patients who are not able to pay their fees. So doing, I mean, not stressing on the fees and doing free consultations or free camps for the slum areas or for the school going government schools. I
Right.
think
That's
I
beautiful from doctor. You are a doctor. May we know where you are coming from and what's your
I'm
profession?
in I'm in Pune. I'm a dermatologist, skin specialist.
Mm. Thank you very much for sharing. That's beautiful sharing. Who else? I think Vidhi. Vidhi, you raised hand, but now you've gone down.
No. Can I talk?
Yes, yes. Please go ahead, Vidhi.
Compassionate person for me is my mother. She always does for everybody unconditionally. Unconditionally, she gives. Her love is real, unconditional, and um, without any expectation. Very clean-hearted. She will do things, and like nobody would even come to know. She has helped someone. So, like how you say that, gupt, gupt through.
Okay, beautiful. Sure.
And qualities I demonstrate, then I'm very grateful for that she's my, we have learned from my mother. Yeah, so I try to inculcate the same values so that I can be of good help to the society.
Right. Thank you. Love and help for the society. Thank you, Vidhi. Can I ask BK Alok, if you're there? You want to share?
Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti Alok. Bye. Yes. We can hear you. Please go ahead. Okay. We can't hear you now. We can't hear you. I think nobody can hear, right? It's not only me. Okay, so maybe we can move to some other participants. Anybody else who is ready to share? Compassionate person for you and your compassionate quality. Deepika Rana, would you like to share? Okay. I'm just finding the new people. Hansraj Yogendra, would you like to speak? Okay, if not, maybe Shrungari, you want to share? No
For
problem.
me, compassionate person.
Yes, go ahead.
For me, compassionate person is my mom and dad. They sacrifice so much for us. Also, they are loving, caring, and the qualities I demonstrate by being honest to them, not only to them but to the surrounding also. Then truth and the faith that they inculcate within me.
Truth and faith for yourself. Truth and faith for compassion. So in action, how does the truth and faith will come out?
By being honest to them, in the sense like I don't make sure that I don't lie or break their trust they have on me.
Thank you, Shrungari. Mahesh Kumar, Mahadevan, Devaya. So Mahesh Kumar, you want to share? Okay, if not, Mansi. There are two Mansis, Mansi, just Mansi or Mansi Trivedi. So a lot of people are very quiet. Yes, who is speaking?
Mansi here.
Okay, Mansi, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, a compassionate person, I see Jesus Christ as the most compassionate person.
We can't hear you. You are breaking.
Yeah.
Gone.
Right. So we only heard Jesus Christ, but we couldn't hear afterwards. Maybe later, Mansi, we cannot hear
Maybe
you.
you can just type in the chat box because your connection is quite poor. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Manoj Bhai. Yes, if you can put it on the chat box, Mansi.
Hello, can you hear
Yes, we
me?
can. Okay, we can give it a try. So, what are the qualities of Jesus Christ?
Forgiveness and being non-judgmental.
Right.
And I try to give time to people, give time and energy, and listen to the people and show compassion.
Okay, so for yourself, giving time to others and listen to them. Thank you, Mansi.
Thank you.
Mansi Trivedi, you want to share? Okay. Okay. No problem. How about who else want to share? Any volunteer? Okay, Sonia, you want to share? Sonia? Okay, Sophie, we want to hear from you if you want to share. Yeah.
For me, a compassionate person is very attentive. Attentive. I don't know. My English is not so good. And peaceful and positive.
Attentive, peaceful, and positive.
And positive, yeah.
And do you have anybody in your mind?
Yeah, I'm a good listener, and I'm also attentive and understanding.
Good listener, understanding, and attentive.
Yeah.
So you have anybody, a compassionate person for you? Anybody comes to your thought?
Yes, of course. My teacher when I was young and my mother.
Teacher and mother.
Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful sharing. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Swati, you want to share?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I think I recently studied one person biography, Nelson Mandela. So he stayed in prison for 20 years and he belonged to a black caste. And so the thing is that even he stayed there for 20 years, but he never have a hatred for the white people. And after 20 years, he was able to make a good friends of all the people around him. And I think that was a very inspiring for me to stay for such a long time and not developing any hatred, especially in the scenario where there was so much chaos and problems and all sort of a thing. And then going out and convincing his own people that one have to remove the hatred to come up with the equality and bringing the harmony in the like where we are living.
Yeah,
So
beautiful.
I think
That was unconditional and non-judgmental love for all, equal vision, equality, harmony, power. Beautiful. Yeah, that was beautiful example of compassion. And how about your quality of compassion in you? You want to say about your qualities too, Sweta?
So I think for me, I think whenever I see somebody suffering from any disease and all, so I just try to make them comfort as possible. Yeah.
Right.
So understanding their pain and then, do whatever is possible for me. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. We can take just one more sharing. Anyone volunteer who want to really share?
Hello, Anu ma'am.
Go ahead.
This is Mahesh Kumar.
Okay, Mahesh Kumar.
Sorry, I had some issue when you called up my name. So, okay, so my compassionate person is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
B.R. Ambedkar, yeah.
So the quality I like in him is, is intelligence and, the huge love towards the people.
Intelligence and what towards people?
Love towards people.
Love. Okay.
People and nation, yeah.
Would intelligence be a compassion quality? I was just thinking in action. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, can you tell how intelligence can be used for compassion?
The long visionary attitude.
And for benefit of others. Inventing something for others, right? Thank you. And how about your quality? Nice.
So I, inspired with that, back in my village, like, people still, like in the same situation, like, what in earlier. So I would like to help them, and care and guide them in a right path.
Okay, it's really beautiful sharing, Seth, and we got all the variety of people, and actually variety we got, but of course deep within it's the love and care for others, and then we also saw the beautiful virtues like truth, faith, and honesty. That also is a part, even intelligence. That can be used for compassion. So it is something we can take home to really think, reflect on. And I'm sure all others also have got their ideals of compassion. So, yeah, reflect further. And now I think we will move forward for the next exercise that is Praful brother will do. So I hand it over to Praful Bhai. Thank you, everyone.
Sure. Thank you, Sister Anu. So yeah, we got beautiful sharings of the word. How would we be compassionate towards others, and the ideal, the people who has really played an integral part in getting us closer to this value. Am I audible? I believe. Yeah. So maybe others can go on mute for some time. So now we'll go to another exercise. So as we explored the word compassion, I think it is important that we spend some time getting more deep diving into it. And when I say deep diving, there are various other words which can describe compassion. Something like kindness, respect, empathy. There are so many other words. So to understand compassionate well, it is good that we identify some of the values or some of the virtues associated with it. So this will help us understand different facets or different aspects of the compassion value which we are exploring today. So we can do this by way of playing a short game. So are you all ready to play the game? So what I would suggest, everybody please grab a pencil and a paper, because it will require writing. Okay. So as you all grab pencil and pen, sorry, pencil and probably notepad, I will quickly share my screen. Yeah, there you go. So what I would suggest you all to do is that reflect on the various meanings of the word which is associated with the term compassionate. Okay. And I believe you all must be knowing a game called as Scrabble, which many of us might have been playing in the childhood. If you all don't know, it's okay, do not worry. So what you all need to do is, see, this compassion word has got different letters. So find out those values, those virtues, where you can have these letters into it. It could be at the beginning of that value, it could be the middle, it could be towards the end. Okay. So try to identify as many words you can which relates to the word compassion. Okay. So it should be relatable, or probably you could be expressing those words which have some connection with the word compassion. So you can either write horizontally, you can write vertically, it could be even cross diagonal, up or down, as the case may be. So again, it's not necessary that you fill up all the squares. The words can be bigger, it can be small. See, the idea here is not to just fill the boxes, but the idea here, the central idea of this exercise is to identify the words which we can associate with compassion. So I would give you around 8 minutes for this. So let's see how many words you all can identify. Okay, so you all can just identify that on your notebook. If anybody has any question or could not follow what I have mentioned, you all can raise your hand and ask me the question. That should be okay. Okay, so the time is up. Y'all may stop writing. So it's okay how much ever word you all have mentioned or written on the sheet of paper. So before you all total up your scores, I would just like to mention what next we need to do. I hope my voice is audible. So now we will be forming you all into the breakout rooms. We'll be forming 5 groups, and we have beautiful names: Happy Hearts, Intuitive Ideas, Loving Lights, Ruhani Roses, and Valuable Voyages. So what you'll need to do in the group, you all will get around 10 minutes time. So first 3 minutes, you all can quickly share all the words which you could come out with this acronym compassion. So of course, each of us might have written so many words. So just spend first 3 minutes just to throw the values which you could really get out of those. Make sure that you don't repeat, because there are chances where we can have repetitive values. So this way you will get to know some more some more values or some more words which your colleague or your group mate might have identified. And after spending 3 to 4 minutes, the rest 6 minutes, I would want you all as a group identify 3 or maximum 5, okay, minimum 3 and maximum 5 values out of all those which you have just mentioned, which you feel are most important to be a compassionate person. So just identify those 3 or 5 values, and then you all can probably share, each one of you all share how would you like to express those value or express that specific virtue in your day-to-day life. May that be at your workplace, if you're a healthcare professional at your hospital, or if you're not, at your office, or maybe at your personal life, at your home, or anywhere for that matter. Okay, so let me repeat. First 4 minutes just spend in uh, throwing out all the words which you have really identified, and maybe you can also tell your score to your peers, what is the total score if you have done. Otherwise it's okay. And then next 6 minutes, identify as a group 3 to 5 core values which you feel are very important for a compassionate person, and then you can share your learnings from that. I mean, how would you apply from those? So you can see on my screen the group names. So the first one is Happy Hearts, where we have Dr. Ashok Mehta, Dr. Akanksha Kim, Krishna Lal, and Vasant. Second group we have Intuitive Ideas, Dr. Shrungeri, Hansaraj Kim, Mansi, Shaila, and Vidhi. Then Loving Lights we have Mansi, Rita, Shashikant, Sonia, and uh, Vijaya and Vijay. Ruhani Roses, we have 5EE, Deepa, Mahesh Kumar, Sufi, Vinayana. And the last group, Valuable Voyages, we have Aruna, Deepika, Mahesh, Swati, and Tejaswini. So around 5 members in each group. So I will quickly move you all into the breakout rooms, and then let's meet after, say, 10 minutes. Happy discussion. Make sure that each of us gets a chance to discuss in the main room. And one of you all could choose to note the main points. One of you all can be a team lead or the spokesperson. And when we meet in the main room, that one person can share the 3 or 5 core values which you feel associate with the term compassion. And you all can also share any of the beautiful sharing which your team member had as to how would you all apply them. So have a nice discussion. Happy breakout. Okay, so I believe we all are in the main room. So welcome back. I hope you got enough time for discussion, or maybe not, but nevertheless, so I believe the spokesperson of all the groups are ready. And as I call out the group names, maybe you all can unmute yourself and share the key words. Again, I will not request you all to share what were the words, the discussion which you all probably did in the first 3 minutes, because I believe there will be lot many words. But what I'm interested is that you all share that 3 or 5 key words which you all identified, which could be associated with the word compassion, and how would your team members related it. So that is the main thing which I would request you all to share. So Sister Anu will be noting down the key points, whatever she can grasp from your sharing. So let's start with happy hearts. So who would like to share from there? Dr. Ashok Mehta, Akanksha, Kim, Shaila, Vasant. Any one of you all?
Telling the common words.
Yeah, anyone can.
Hello.
Akanksha, you are telling?
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Yes, Sister Akanksha.
So the common words were care, mercy, kindness, sympathetic, and generosity.
Okay. So these are the 5 words which you all identified are common.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. So how would you all apply them in your workplace or home? Anyone did any sharing happen on that ground?
I mean, how to inculcate, we couldn't discuss it properly.
Okay. Anyone from your team member would like to share now? It's okay. We have some time.
So what is the 5th one? Care, mercy, sympathetic, generosity.
Kindness.
Kindness. Thank you.
So how to inculcate, I would add one point and then the others can also add, I guess. So yeah, being patient at your workplace and listening to the other person, I think that we can inculcate and inculcate some care through it, listening to the other person calmly and patiently.
Okay. So patient listening and calm. Yes, definitely. That is again a very good ingredient of compassion, because if somebody wants us to listen and we are just busy in our own selves, then of course it's not the way we can express it. Very nice. Anyone from your team would like to add on? You all can choose any of the 5 values and any specific action which you would like to have. Kim,
Am
Shaila,
I audible?
Vasant. Yes.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes,
So
yes.
when
Please
we
go.
when we are caring for a patient, we
Mhm.
hold his hand and give a smile to him and reassure him that we are taking all care for him, and we try to provide the best of technical. But we actively listen to his suffering, so that we can mitigate and diagnose and treat him properly. So for that purpose, active listening is there,
Great.
and assuring the person by smiling and holding his hand, so he feels that yes, he feels comfortable. So
Yeah,
that way, comforting and listening actively and empathizing with him.
wonderful. So, holding hand again,
Yeah,
physical
uh,
touch or
yeah, physical
physical
touch.
presence
That,
also has a very important impact.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And both of you all
And
mentioned listening. So I think the last
yeah,
exercise which you did last
okay.
weekend has a good impact on everyone. Listening is again coming.
And then the empathizing, with stepping into his shoes and feeling his suffering, so that we can do justice to his and mitigate his suffering.
Thank you. Let's move on to
Thank
the
you, sir.
group number 2. Thanks for sharing. Intuitive ideas. So who would like to share? Shringari, Gitika, Kim, Mansi, Vidhi. Any one of you all? Hansraj?
Intuitive ideas. I'm Shrungeri, so I am the one going to share.
Mm-hmm.
So our common discussion, and we took 3 to 4 words, which was one is charitableness.
Okay.
We can demonstrate it by generous giving to the needy. Then we had a second word which is pure. So pure in thoughts, words, and deeds. Open-heartedness. I can demonstrate it by expressing or displaying one's warm and kind feelings. Third one
Okay.
is acceptance. We have to accept people as they are without any regret. Then mercy, forgiveness shown towards someone. So these were our sharing.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Anybody would like to add on to what sister mentioned in from living light? Sorry, from intuitive ideas. I believe she has covered both the values as well as how we would be applying those. Okay, that's good. Let's move on. Loving lights. So who would like to share from there? Mansi, Ritu, Sashikant, Sonia, Vijaya, Vijay. Anybody? Sonia, I see your mic unmuted, but I'm unable to listen you. So may I repeat again? Loving lights. We have Mansi, Rita, Shashikant, Sonia, Vijay Sarvana, and Vijay Pal. Anyone of you all would like to share?
Yes, brother. Good morning, dear brothers and sisters. I am Vijay. I think we discussed same group because I was little late today. So we discussed the compassion virtues which we should have if we want to be compassionate to the others. I think the first we all agreed we should be have a purity in life. Purity means we should be have purity in thoughts, purity in speech, and purity in our action. So this is the first, I think, quality or virtue we should develop. And second was the satisfaction in life. If we ourselves are satisfied, only then we can give satisfaction to others, because compassion requires a feeling of satisfaction in all circumstances. Third was the acceptance and sincere understanding. So this is when we are loveful, the acceptance and understanding comes in ourselves, and then we can be compassionate. Fourth was the appreciation for others. Yes, appreciation for our virtues, appreciation for other virtues, which will make us a compassionate. And fifth was the forgiveness, sweetness. And these qualities of forgiveness and sweetness means Raham Dil. If we are very pure in our heart and very compassionate in our heart, Raham Dil, which we call, then we can accept others' mistakes, others' problems as a very part of life, and we will be compassionate. We will continue to remain compassionate with others. So this was a brief discussion amongst ourselves, but I think all members, only two, I think, sisters discuss. One sister made 62 points, and one sister made 12 points. So other, I did not listen to other brothers and sisters in our group. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Brother Vijay, for sharing. Yeah, I do understand that we got a couple of helps from groups. So sometimes it's not feasible for some people to unmute themselves, maybe because they are at a environment which has a lot of sound. But yes, as always, I always suggest that it's good that during this 2.5 hour session of Vyasa, it would be nice if you can sit at a place where you can share, because again, sharing brings a lot of joy and brings new ideas. Anyways, thanks a lot, Brother Vijay. I think very elaborately you described each of the 5 values, and very nice application which your small group could do. So let's move ahead.
Thank you, brother. I will take 1 minute. I will take
Sure.
1 minute, brother. Thank you so much, and I want to really offer our heartfelt greetings to all of you, and very thankful to you for organizing these 2 hour sessions. You know, this is giving us a great opportunity and a openness, and we can contemplate things in a beautiful manner, sharing with all of you. My heartiest thanks to all of you, brother and sisters.
Thank you so much, Brother Vijay. Uh, thanks for that wonderful feedback. Let's move on to Ruhani Roses. So we have Vinayna, Sufi, Mahesh Kumar, Deepa, and one device called 5EE. Anyone of them? you all would like to share? Uh,
Yeah, hi, this is Deepa here.
yes, Deepa.
Praful.
Yes, please go ahead.
So the first is the words which describes compassion. One of the brother, he said humanity. What he is doing, he has a small backyard, and where he is using, he's using the backyard for feeding the animals. So that's what he said. He's showing compassion towards nature as well as animals. Then one of the sisters shared loving and caring. So by sharing what she knows, what knowledge she has, she's just sharing it with others. It is like sharing, caring, and loving. And I would request Sister Vinaya to share about her understanding, her word which she felt understanding is most important word for compassion, for being a compassionate person. So Vinaya, would you like to share? Because
Yes, Sister Vinay, please go ahead if you have
Vinaya,
something.
please. Yes.
What you want me to share?
The thing you shared during our discussion, could you like to share about that specially abled people? I really want you to share because it was your, sharing, which was really beautiful. Okay. Could you please share it with everyone so everyone gets to, know about it and they feel how you feel about it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sister. Yeah, this is about the word, as I said, understanding and empathy. It is when I underwent a lot of throat issues, and being a trainer, I was not able to speak, or teaching is my work that I really love doing, and I couldn't teach. So that's the time I could sense the suffocation and how difficult it is when you are not able to express yourself. And that took me towards understanding the deaf and mute children. They are unable to speak and hear, so how they could be expressing themselves. So that took me to serve these kids for almost 5 years now, till this lockdown. And I used to visit the school in camp area in Pune, a school run by Red Cross. Uh, on MG Road, and I used to teach them English. I used to teach them phonetics, and I also used to expose them to the spiritual work about knowing yourself and taking quiet time, how one listens to their inner voice, and how one is guided, how to
Yes.
express emotions. So for me, this is understanding and compassion.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Yeah, and very noble thing which you shared, and definitely it's a very good idea to come into company with those people and understand them. Let's move on to the last group. I think we are short of time, so we'll be little quick. Valuable voyages. Who would like to share? Sister Aruna, Deepika, Mahesh, Swati, Tejaswini, any one of you all?
भावना एक ही बाजी बोल क्योंकि बहुत दाल पड़ी है और
Yes,
उछलती
Sister
पड़ी है।
Sonia. Any would like to share? Sister Aruna, Deepika, Mahesh, Swati, Tejaswini. If you all have not decided, your group leader, any one of you all can unmute and start sharing. Maybe in a minute.
I think Sister Tejaswini was sharing. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
yes, we can
Om
listen to you,
Shanti.
sister. Yeah.
Yeah. Om Shanti. Our group had a very nice discussion with lots of gentleness and empathy, and there was lots of tolerance during the discussion also, and acceptance and love was also there in our group discussion. And I would like to request each member to share their sharings because it was a beautiful experience.
Yeah, we have very limited time, sister. So if you can just summarize the discussion, that will be great. Because we have to move
fine.
on to the next exercise. Yeah, sorry for that.
Okay.
But yeah, if you can
No
just summarize in a minute, that will be sufficient.
Sure, sure, I can do that. And Mahesh works for IBM company to work from home option. So he said he works for exhaustive hours. So there's a lot of tolerance and empathy required. And Aruna is a doctor, and she says lot of gentleness, acceptance, and empathy is required in her profession. And Deepika had shared a very nice thing. She says her work involves with lots of smile. I would like to tell Deepika to explain what it means. Like she was not able to give us a clear idea. Deepika, can you explain us what it means
Sister,
to
thank you
us?
so much. So
Okay,
wonderful,
okay.
wonderful sharing from all of y'all. And I do understand that each of us would be really eager, and that is the reason why we had y'all into small groups so that y'all can
Okay, okay,
spend some
fine.
time
Thank you very
discussing with
much.
yourself. So wonderful sharing, and thanks to
Fine.
Sister Anu for summarizing the ideas, the core values so nicely on the screen. And again, we'll be sharing this sharing with each one of y'all, all the ones who have registered for today's session. So y'all can choose, and y'all have a variety, a buffet of so many different values which promotes compassion, or which helps us understand this word better. So now let's move on to the next exercise, and I would invite Dr. Manoj to lead us through the next exercise. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Okay, thank you, Praful Bhai. Let me just share my screen. And before I start, I just wanted to do this housekeeping with Praful brother. If you can just let me know the volume is okay of the, because both my
Yeah.
exercises, my volume is okay, that's fine. And just this volume as well of the music. Is that okay, or it
Yes,
needs to
yes.
be loud?
No, I
Is that
think it's
okay?
perfect.
Fine, okay, thank you. Right. Okay, so all of y'all, let's move on to the third activity. What y'all have done so far is y'all have been on a very cognitive level, on a thought level. Y'all were thinking about a compassionate person and what qualities he or she demonstrated. Then y'all also were reflected on an incident where you demonstrate compassion. And the second activity was fully about different meanings or words related to compassion. So it was all a thought level. So Vihasa, the beauty of Vihasa is we thought we begin on a very high cognitive level, on this sort of conscious level. We begin with thoughts, begin with churning what is the meaning of that value, what is the meaning of that particular word. And then we move on to the deeper levels where we have to go in the feeling level now, so that we feel that value. So the next two activities which I'll be doing with you all is going on a feeling level. So what do you feel is a compassionate sound? There could be many. The limitation with virtual is I can't take a lot of sharings. So let me just tell you, the sound which we think of as a compassionate sound is ah. It's not that ah, hi wala ah. No, it is about ah. It is like when you see somebody in pain, and what you feel inside. You don't feel pity, not that ah wala pity. No, it is the compassion pity. We'll be covering in details in details about what is the difference between pity, what is the difference between empathy, sympathy, compassion later in the next half. But my basic thing is when we look at someone in pain, we should be looking at that person, that not he's a physical person, it's basically an energy. And when I as an energy interact with someone who's also another energy, that level is highly different, and that is a level which is called compassion rather than pity or sympathy. So the word is I have on my video just to show you that how we'll be doing this activity. Compassion obviously comes from the heart. Let me just stop sharing it and show you the video. So if you, what we have to do in this exercise, it's a movement exercise. You have to sit and do it, but just listen to what you have to do. Your left hand should be on your left side on the heart, because compassion emerges from the heart. And what we do is first the right hand, which is on top, it will go out, and then you'll say, ah. It's not again about saying, it is about the feeling level. And when you take your hand outside and outstretch it, it is that time when you are giving compassion to the entire world. So this is in the giving mode. So from the heart it arises, the left hand here, the right on this. And when you're doing this internally, feel that you are giving compassion to the entire world. And with this outstretched hand, now take the outstretched. Can I request others to just mute yourself? Mansi Trivedi, if you can just mute. Yeah, because it is disturbing the others. Uh, okay. Other thing is, after the outstretched hand went out, now the outstretched hand has to come in, and then you have to receive compassion. So the compassion receiving is like this, and then again it has coming back to you. So you first say ah when you give compassion to others, and then when you're receiving it from the Supreme and from others, then you have the outstretched hand coming into this. So mind well, make sure that it is not about saying very loudly. It is about feeling that internal ah. Okay, so it is just what you call similar, a metaphorical expression that it is a feeling level of giving compassion and receiving compassion. So in the next 5 minutes, we'll do that. I'll play some soft music for y'all. So internalize your thoughts. Sit back straight in a soul conscious state. Your left hand on the heart and your right hand on top of that. And now gently let your right hand go out in a motion of stretch and say ah and give compassion to the entire world. Just repeat ah. As you do so, you can close your eyes, it will be easier to concentrate. So as you do so, you just generate compassion and give it to the entire world. For the suffering population, maybe suffering patients, and even for the stressed healthcare workers, the stressed class 4 workers, the stressed policemen. Give compassion to all these souls who are really day in and day out taking care of all of them unconditionally. Now, with the outstretched hands, let it start coming back inside. And now you receive compassion from the Supreme Being and from the entire world. I'll repeat, your hand from the outstretched back onto the left, but with a feeling of getting or receiving compassion from the world, maybe from the elevated souls, great souls, and supreme energy. Maybe you may have a guru whom you are following. So, some elevated soul, think of him or her, and he is giving compassion to you. So, with this still hand in place, we'll repeat this for a couple of times. And now I won't be speaking, we'll just enact. Start. Take a deep breath. And again in the receiving mode now. One more time. So tell to yourself now that I am receiving and giving compassion. I am a compassionate being. So this activity is just to stimulate you to realize this sound ah. And as I said, it's not actually a sound, it's basically a feeling. And it is to prime you for the next activity, which is on a deeper level. We'll be going in the depths of meditation on compassion. So it is just to soothe in you, create a state of mind which is conducive for the meditation. So let's dive into the depths. I would request all of y'all, now we'll be doing a meditation, so concentrate fully on that. Let your hands be free. No need to write anything now. So you can make sure your hands are free, your mind is free, receptive to the commentary. It'll be around next 10 to 12 minutes. So let's start, and make sure that you're not being disturbed by people around. And please mute, all of you all mute yourself in case if you haven't. I'll give you a minute for that so that others don't get disturbed. Okay, so let's start. Sit back straight again. Relax your body. Relax. Take a few deep breaths in and out. As you breathe in, can you all hear the music? I'm already sharing it, or probably I just have to share the screen again. Sorry. Okay, I'm sure now it's audible.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, thanks. So we'll just relax the body again. Take a few deep breaths in and out, and feel your body getting more and more relaxed. Relax. Relax. As you're sitting on your chair, become aware of your feet on the ground and feel the connection to the Mother Earth. Allow the muscles of the shoulders and the neck to relax. Relax. And allow the tension to dissolve, and let the tension or stress move from you into the ground. You're getting relaxed more and more. Taking a few deep breaths makes you feel more and more relaxed. Now gently focus your attention on your breathing. And let your breathing find its own calm rhythm. And say to yourself while breathing, as I breathe in peace, stability, and calmness. And as I breathe out, I give away negative feelings and feelings of stress, anxiety. So I breathe in peacefulness and calmness, and I breathe out all the negativity inside. Now allow your mind to slow down a bit. Try to watch your thoughts. You may see that your mind may still wander about what will happen at 11:30 when the session is over. What would I eat? so on and so forth, or what has happened in the past. But very gently tell your mind, my dear mind, come back. Do not even judge your thoughts whether they are good or bad. They are just thoughts. You are creating them. So since you have created, you are the creator, you can even let go of them. So as you say this to yourself, that let me be in this present moment, and the other things I'll do later, you'll see that your mind obeys your commands. And the other thoughts are like clouds in the sky, which you can see are drifting away in the infinity. And beyond all these clouds is the deep blueness of the sky. So look at that clear sky internally, which is your deep, calm state of mind, similar to the deep calmness of the blue sky outside. So you're all by yourself now, in a deep state of calmness and stability, and in full control of your thoughts. Now try to focus on this inner calm a bit more and more. There is a place inside, deep within, which is very, very stable and peaceful all the time. And this is the place where your inner compassion lies. You are patient, tolerant, generous, and understanding. All these qualities arise from this inner compassion, which is my basic core value. And diving deep into this value, experience the feeling of compassion. Experience it. It's a beautiful feeling. Enjoy that feeling. And then gradually see that feeling getting small and focused onto a point of light. That you are this point of light full of compassion. Now, raise your awareness beyond yourself to a place of infinite peace and calmness outside your body, and see that place initially as a small point of light. So just as I am a point of light, visualize another point of light outside your body, which is indeed the supreme energy. God, Ishwar, Allah, whatever you are comfortable with, addressing that point of light. Visualize it in front of you. And now, as you move towards that light, it becomes more and more brighter. It is like an ocean of peace and a space of calm, love, and compassion. You have approached that light so close that the light has fully engulfed you. And as if you are a part of that light, you feel so connected to that light. It surrounds you fully like a cloak, or maybe like a cover. And it has filled you so much that you are overflowing. So, from the ocean of compassion, you have filled yourself with this compassion so much so that you are overflowing. You're full of compassion yourself now. Rest in this feeling for a while. Feel that energy, that vibration of the Supreme Being, and see yourself overflowing with that energy. What a beautiful feeling. I am so full. I am so much full of compassion now that I don't need it from outside. I am just full, filling up myself with the Supreme Being who is indeed the source of compassion. जो दया का सागर है, रहम का सागर है. And मैं दया स्वरूप, रहम स्वरूप हूँ. Tell yourself this. Now very gradually, slowly move away from the ocean, that is from this point of light. So it is both an infinite point of light and even an ocean. And as you gradually move away from it, you still have the memory of being loved by it and can reconnect at any time you wish. It's just one thought away. So whenever I feel depleted due to external situations and circumstances, I feel depleted due to people's behavior, I feel a bit disturbed, I should be able to make out something is not right. But the Supreme Being is just one thought away. He is the powerhouse having full power all the time. It is I who get disconnected from it. So I make sure whenever I feel depleted, I feel I'm lost, just one thought. Ocean of peace, ocean of compassion is with me, and I immediately reconnect to it. So experience this compassion and love and take it back with you in your dealings with people. And now gradually come back into the awareness of the room. Feel your body. Be aware of your sense organs, and gradually open your eyes, but still having that beautiful feeling of compassion towards self and others. So, thank you so much, all of y'all. I'm sure you are really still floating in compassion with the Supreme Being all over you. And thanks so much for your cooperation in the form of being mute so that we don't disturb other people. Thank you. We won't be taking sharings because this is a deep meditation exercise. I'm sure all of you have experienced that compassion and love within. So thank you all of y'all once again. We move on to the next activity. Thank you. Over to Praful, brother. Okay, I don't know whether Praful Bhai is hearing or whether Anu sister wants
No,
to
I'm
take.
there. Yeah, sorry.
There. Okay.
I was on mute. So I believe I'm audible now. So thank you everyone for participating in the meditation exercise. And I believe that we all got an opportunity to go deep into this very beautiful value of compassion. So now it's again time to do something else. And this exercise is called as compassionate gifts. So before we start, let me tell you, like, when it comes to compassion, we always feel that we should be compassionate towards others. We should make sure that others are at ease, because most of us are in the role of different roles. Probably when we are in the family, we feel that we are responsible for the family members. When we are at workplace, we feel that we are responsible for the colleagues, for our clients, customers. If you all are a healthcare professional, it is very natural that you would feel that we should be compassionate towards patients, towards others. But while being compassionate towards others, I feel that probably the integral part is compassionate towards the self, because it all starts with the self. As y'all remember, in the morning I was mentioning, and even Dr. Mehta mentioned the ripple effect. So that really helps. So if we are compassionate for ourselves, if we recognize our core quality or something which we really live up to, and that happiness, that feeling, if we carry it with ourselves, it will be easy for us to demonstrate compassionate towards others. If we ourselves are guilty, if we feel that I am good for nothing or I'm doing so many things wrong, if such kind of feelings are coming for the self, if we don't really practice that value with ourselves, then probably it will be very difficult for us even to demonstrate that qualities for others, because we will always share with others what we already have for ourselves. So this exercise is really reflecting this beautiful quality of compassionate and identifying the core uh, ingredient, the core affirmation which I carry with myself, and that probably I would like to exhibit, and that is basically nothing but a gift to myself. So again, I would like all of y'all to reflect for a couple of minutes. And what I want you all to reflect is basically of any act, any gesture that would be nourishing yourself. Okay, that would be nourishing ourselves. It could be, any act which would be, which you would like to appreciate about yourself. So I'll just mention a couple of examples. What could be a compassionate gift? It could be, for example, your smile lights up the room, or you're always so kind, or you're always so cheerful. It could be any of such gift about yourself. So let us take around 3 to 4 minutes to identify that specific act or gesture about yourself, and then note it down on a piece of paper. And that will be a compassionate gift to ourselves. So yes, let's go into the reflection mode and identify what is that best thing which you like about yourself, which helps you nourish yourself. I believe all of us might have written. So as you all have written, just visualize the scenario or the visions where you really demonstrate that specific gift which you have got or which you have just given to yourself. Probably you must be having that a lot in yourself, but how would you like to improve that? So now I would just request everyone to pay attention. What we need to do now is the gift which we have got, we would be sharing that gift with others in the group. Okay, so how would you do that? We will be, of course, not be using the audio method because that will take up too much time. I would like you all to chat. And how would you all chat? You all can just see on my screen. So when I go to the chat over here, you can select any one person. For example, I select DK Anu and I can just write a gift that, you are always smiling. So this is my gift to Sister Anu. So like that, I would request all of y'all to just go into the chat, select the drop down and identify the group members, the ones with whom you all have already shared and in the breakout rooms. Identify any two of those and the gift which you have written for yourself. Just give that same gift to that specific group member. Okay, and in case if you are unable to identify your group member, you all can choose any other two participants and give gift to them. And the ones who are receiving the gift, just try to visualize that gift as if that gift you have received from someone. When we are in a physical setup, we really do by way of giving a small card by moving into a room. But now that we are in a virtual setup, let's use the technology and use this chat as a medium to give that special compassionate gift to our to our fellow beings who are there in the group. So just select any two of those and then give gift. So I'll give you all a minute to do this activity. Make sure that you all use this word as you are so and so. Whatever you have thought for yourself, let's give that gift to others. Okay, there we go. So thanks all. Can we have a couple of sharings? Any of the gifts which you all received? Would anyone like to share? Let that be a very quick sharing, just one statement and that's it. So if you can have just 4 to 5 sharings, that will be good. So quickly, just unmute yourself, read out your gift and mute back. Yes, Tejaswini, Sister Tejaswini.
Om Shanti, brother. We were not able to communicate individually, actually. So I don't think anybody has received a gift.
We could only see the host, co-host
Yeah,
in the
only
chat.
everyone in the host. We were not able to one-to-one to communicate with others.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So let's let's try for another minute. Can we quickly give the
Yes,
gifts
thank
now?
you.
Now I think it will be working.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very
Sorry
much.
for that. Yeah. So let me play the
Thank
music
you.
and let's redo the activity if we have not done.
Yeah.
Let's go on mute, everyone, and enjoy the gifts which you all are receiving. So as all are receiving the gifts, just acknowledge that that gift is personal to yourself and try to spend a minute to visualize that, because maybe after this session you may not get that time. So like you have given gift to yourself, a silent gift, just accept the gift from someone else. Maybe you might have that specific thing, and if you don't have, you can develop it. So each of us at the end of the day should have two gifts. One that you gave to yourself, and other one which you received from anyone else. So did all of us got the gift? Those who did not get, now y'all can raise the hand so that others can give your gift. Just quickly raise your hand. And as y'all are receiving the gifts, y'all can lower your hand. Okay, there we go. So I would have loved taking sharings, but since we are short of time, let that gift stay with yourself. And yes, today before going to bed, you can quickly revise your gifts and try to, experience that, or maybe try to enhance that, because that is where you will, really develop this quality of compassion. That is the goal of today's session. So yeah, I think much of the time ahead. So I will quickly now request Sister Anu to lead us through the next exercise. Over to you, Sister Anu.
Okay, thank you very much, Praful Bhai. Sorry. That was beautiful, beautiful, and you still gave a minute to share the gifts with each other. That was really very nice, considerate, and generous. Of course, time is running, and we had, I think, wonderful experience of that shower of compassion, that compassionate sound, the meditation. I'm sure it was so beautiful. We didn't want to come out of it, and that was perfect stage or experience when we gave the gift, wrote the gifts that I want for me, and that's what we shared with others. That was beautiful. And I think for the compassion module, we should stop here. And why I'm saying that, because the next one that I'm going to take you to, I don't think you will appreciate much. You will not think that Anu did a good job, because I'm going to take you out of that feeling of compassion, calmness, and peace. Let me share my screen. So what is that we will do in the next activity is a playful activity. Are you all feeling like to play now?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so there you go. You all said yes. So we'll have a very beautiful game. It's called Yes, No Game. Are you ready for that? And we'll see how it will go virtually. Not sure. You all have to behave, particularly your computers, your things have to behave that there is no much noise or anything. So we'll see how it will go. So how we'll do is think about you are in a conflict situation, right? So two people in conflict, one is saying yes, one is saying no, right? And we have to, how we go onto that tug of war, the fight never ends. So here, what we'll do, we'll divide the whole group, all the people, participants into two groups. So there are 26 alphabets. I'll divide it into two groups. So for those whose first name starts with the letter between A and M, will be group 1. And group 2 are all the first names starting with the alphabet between N and Z. Okay, A to M, group 1, N to Z, group 2. All good? Okay. So group 1 are the ones that are saying no. How you feel when somebody, you are very convinced about what you're saying and somebody is not understanding you and you want to say it. So how do you say no? And we want to hear it. You have to unmute, and whole group 1, when I say, have to say no. Which way you want to say no? We want to hear that. See, we are all coming out of compassion, right? No meditators. And group 2 are the ones who will say yes. Yes, this is right. And group 1 is saying no. Here. So we'll start. Let's see how it will go. That if we can put all of you in the, what is that, gallery view. Don't know if that will work. Also, Prof will help me with that. But is it clear? You are group 1 or group 2? Let's start with group 1. Okay, let's start with group 1. Please unmute yourselves. Only group 1. Group 2, keep yourself muted. And let's say, whichever way you can say, 4 times maybe. I'll try 4 times. First time, say no. I want to hear, we all want to hear all of you saying in one time. First time. Can we hear your no?
No.
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 Okay. Can we hear more? No?
No.
No.
No,
No.
गुस्से में बोलो.
No. No.
No.
Once again, no? That is
Yes,
how you
no,
say
yes.
it. So sweet.
No.
Okay, this is how we can say no. Okay, to stand our point. Okay, good. Now mute yourself. Let's go to group 2. Please unmute yourself. And you have to say yes. That was very sweet no though. So how you want to say yes? You have to make your point strong. First time.
Yes.
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 More.
Yes.
Let me hear.
Yes.
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 Good. Thank you.
Yes.
Now let's try.
मैंने कब बोला?
Okay. If you can keep your background noise under, mute. I don't know if you can do that. Otherwise, let's try. Seriously, consider you are in a conflicting situation. You have something in the heart. It's so convinced and somebody is not understanding. So yes or no situation you go to, right? So right now, I want to hear first group 1 saying no, and right away group 2 saying yes. We can all unmute. I believe that's not creating any issue. We'll see. But first, group 1 say no very loud. Or
No.
whichever.
No. Absolutely no.
No. Okay.
Never.
Never. Okay. Group 2.
Yes.
Yes. Group 1. You got
No.
it? You convinced? Group 1 took the
No.
yes?
No.
Okay.
No
And
way.
group 2 are okay? You're taking the no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much for so sportively participating. Now you can mute yourself, please. I request all of you to mute yourself. Please mute your.
You are also muted, Anu sister. You have to unmute. Yeah.
I was the whole time muted. Oh,
No, 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 no. You just got muted now a second ago. Don't worry, we were able to
I
hear.
got it. Good, good. So I thought that was really beautiful how, see, virtually also we can play games. And however, the whole purpose of this activity is to now see and reflect. But however, I must say that it was very soft. This is how actually you react when you are in a conflict. However, let's reflect on few questions. So how did you feel doing the exercise? It's a reflection, right? Now I would ask you to really think of a conflicting situation where you are in life, where actually we are in there. It's not a fun situation, and you are saying yes or no. So would you shout like the way you shouted, or in any other way? So we'll reflect on few points. The first one, well, there was a feeling of playing. It's a fun, but however, reflect on a situation where you are in the conflict. So do you think of holding back, or spontaneously or right away you give your whatever, say yes or no? Is it how you respond when you are angry? So do you get angry when you are in conflict and the other person is not agreeing to you? And do you respond this way when you are angry? Did it remind you of a past situation where there was shouting, or where anger was suppressed? Either you shouted, you expressed that way, or we go silent, we take hurt. So when you think of conflict, does it remind you of a past situation? Did your feelings change during the exercise? If you come out of that fun part of it though, we were so much into compassion, experiencing so good. When you come into a conflict situation and anger, how did you feel? And how do you feel after the exercise? What have you learned about yourself when being angry? If you can really visualize a situation where you are in a conflict situation and you are angry, do you like yourself? Or what did you learn that you could hold back, you have some patience to wait, or accept all these words that we talked about, right? Understand others. So did you see yourself, and what did you learn about yourself when you are angry or in a conflicting situation? And a question, is it ever appropriate to shout? Is it appropriate? Can we shout and get angry? Even shout not outside loud, but from inside. All that non-acceptance, non-understanding, completely opposite of compassion, right? Is it appropriate? Should we do that? We all know we shouldn't. But this game is teaching us that how we get into situations and we forget everything, and we react immediately. So what is that we will choose? Compassion, that meditation, that peace, that calmness, or get angry? Because life will bring us situations of conflict again and again. So this is the reflection point that we'll take home with us. So be sensible about this. So with this, I'll stop this game, and I'm really happy we could do it virtually as well. And now I hand it over to Dr. Manoj again. He can take us back maybe to that calmness.
Thank you, sister, so much. When we were discussing, Anuben was very, very apprehensive. How do we do? Praful Bhai was saying that probably there'll be a lot of echoes when people say yes, yes, no, no. But I'm so happy, and thanks to Baba, we have done this exercise in a very good way. the main learning outcome was this. We'll be exploring this in the next part too. I'm just trying to sell Vihasa by telling you all what we, when you all see serials or movies, what is upcoming. So we'll be exploring the emotion of anger in detail, understanding anger and breathing out anger. This was just a teaser and it was fantastic. Anu sister, all credit goes to you. Thanks. And I was also quite amazed with three people, Dr. Ashok Mehta, Mahesh Kumar and Deepa. Dr. Mehta, when I said thoda gusse mein bolo, to he really said that, like, it's like the kid within. And I'm really amazed by his attitude. He's a famous cancer surgeon and he's sitting with us since last 2.5 hours, and just whatever we say is just obeying to that. So it's really amazing. And the way Vihasa, it touches you inside, it makes you like a small kid. And this is the way we learn, because as Anu's sister was saying, मैंने तो अच्छा meditation कराया, took you all into that compassionate mode, and Praful bhai then अच्छा compassionate gifts भी दिया, but then suddenly then you all immediately it went to zero, your compassion level, when you started shouting, or even when you just feel a bit irritated with someone, which I'm very often with Anu's sister sometimes, it just goes to zero. So, see, so this is the way we have to check and change what we are taught here at Brahma Kumaris, all these subtleties of what is inside us and how we should be working on them. So let me just now take you to the slide where I'll be showing you what we have done so far today. I'll share my slide, and I'll be also inviting you to an event which is happening soon. I don't know where is that. Yeah, just a minute. I'm on the wrong slide, I think. This technology can play. I'm getting stuck here. I'm sorry. I'll just do this again. Can you all see this slide now?
We
Compassion
can
in
see it.
action here.
Yeah, we can see the.
Yeah. Okay. So what we did since today morning is we started with a compassionate person, how he shows.
I see the flyer.
Yeah, I
Is
see the
it?
flag.
Oh, I don't know. It's a strange.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, maybe you would like to invite.
I don't know. There are 2-3 PowerPoints open. I'll just close this then maybe. Yeah. I'll just do it again. Sorry. Where is the? It's 2-3 things open.
Can
I'll do
I?
it.
Oh, can I? Okay.
I just have to show that. That's the reason I
No,
have to show
this is also wrong one, brother. This is wrong.
So I'll stop sharing. I'll just redo it. Just a moment. I'm sharing my screen now. Yeah, now it is there. I'm sure now it's coming. Is that okay now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sorry for all this confusion. Please show some compassion to me. I'm very new to technology. So anyway, so we started with a compassionate person, and you all saw the qualities related to that, and then how you all behave with compassion. So we came out with those sharings, which you all said Nelson Mandela. Someone said mother, father. Someone said mother-in-law, teacher. All those examples. Then we went on to the meaning of compassion through Scrabble, and you all did activities in the breakout room. So hope you were compassionate to each other as well that time. Then I took you all into this feeling level of compassionate sound and the meditation which we did on compassion, right? You all remember that. Then Praful brother took you into, after meditation, you all were quite in a stable state of mind, fully compassionate, and you all could give compassionate gifts to each other. Followed by which Anu sister took us into a bit of challenge, whether in a conflict we are able to maintain our calm. The yes or no way the way we speak yes or no in our meetings, in our discussions, that also reflects my inner state of mind. So you have to be very, very careful and see how we are, because it just takes a second to drive out my compassion. And it takes a bit of time to gather that compassion. But as I said, it is just one thought away. And next time we'll be exploring on the, let me tell you, because I'm sure all of you, we have this maximum attendance today, around 35-36 participants. Next time we'll be practicing compassionate listening and also understanding anger and how to get rid of this emotion of anger. And let me just invite you. We have our very own Dr. Ashok Mehta with us. We are doing this program. We are so lucky that we have the World Values Day coming up. This week we had World Mental Health Day. Today we are celebrating. Next week we celebrate this. And nothing like Vihasa. We are doing all these values workshops. So I think we should be really tapping this day fully on 15th October on the occasion of World Values Day. I invite you all for this stirring session by international acclaimed speakers. I would just want to take the name of speakers because there's no other platform I can introduce them. Dr. Mehta, I've already told you. If you can see in the list, it is BK Asha sister, another famous personality, a sought after speaker. Like people just want to listen to her. She's the director of Om Shanti Retreat Center in Delhi. We have Sister Denise Lawrence, another Brahma Kumari sister from foreign origin, dedicated her life, and she's also a very sort of speaker. Like she's running this Raj Yoga TV and has done so many sessions on Gita as well. And her sessions are really very soul stirring. So you should be listening to her. Then we have very own Dr. Sarah Eger. You can see on the top third. She is the chair of Janki Foundation, which is the foundation where we are running this program through from. And she is also one of the pioneers who have spent 4 years in coming out with these modules. You know, you saw her face in the slide which was shown to you in the introduction. She's basically a psychiatrist working in the NHS, National Health Services in UK, but fully dedicated now to Brahma Kumaris. Then we have Sister Shreya. Many people know she's a motivational speaker and a Raj Yoga teacher from Mumbai, Borivali. And lastly, Dr. Pratap Mehra, who is also the director of our Global Hospitals and Research Center in Mount Abu. So I can just scroll here and show you the cursor is moving on Zoom. Please note down the ID and passcode so that you can log in from there. And I'm sure it will be full because it's an international program. So we'll be having people from US, Canada, UK, Europe, maybe South America as well, Malaysia, Singapore as well, and Australia a few. So if you feel that Zoom is just getting full, please log on to the YouTube link which is there. You can see it's front of you. And we have our website. Please feel free to visit the website www.vihasa.in. The website gives you all the modules for free. So you can just go on the resources and the modules. What we are covering, everything is from there. So you can feel free to browse that. So all of you are invited. Note down in your calendars, 15th October. We have India time 7 p.m. There's someone from Hungary, European time. So it's mentioned here. So make sure you're aware of the times. India time 7 p.m. So thank you all of you all for this session today. And I'll be more than happy to see you all of you all on that day. And over to Praful Bhai. Before that, our next session is on Compassion Part 2 every Saturday as we do, 17th October. And with this, I'll stop. Praful Bhai, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Manoj. So yeah, I think we have come towards the end of today's session. So maybe if y'all can just mention in a couple of words in the chat box, how do you feel about today's session after attending the entire 2.5 hours? Maybe a couple of words, your feedback, that will be really helpful. And as you'll write, also plan to switch on your camera. We'll have a small group photo.
And I think Sister Rita is always eager to show. She's showing her, we have missed it last time. She's showing the ink painting, correct? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so if
yes,
you can
yes,
just,
please.
Can we highlight her spotlight or something?
Yeah, Sister Anuk, if you can do that.
Yeah, Rita.
Who? Rita.
Rita, sister, yeah.
Sure, I can do that.
You can unmute yourself, Rita, sister, because we can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Can we unmute her? Okay, I'll try to do that.
Yeah, I asked to unmute. Rita, sister, you have to unmute.
Have I unmuted myself?
Yeah, you're unmuted now. Go ahead,
Yeah.
This is one painting, and like I've done 10 actually. This is another. It looks like it's like I don't know if you're able to figure it out.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I've done 10 paintings like this. So this was my peace efforts during the lockdown.
And you said this is prepared from nib.
Yes,
correct?
I picked up the paint from the nib. It's oil paint, and I picked it up with the nib, a kalam jise kehte hain. And then I picked it up and I put it on the canvas, and I put it on this wooden piece. So it looks as if it's an embroidery.
Yes, exactly. It looks like an embroidery, but it's a nib painting. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying.
It's a nib painting. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sister. Yeah. So as y'all are switching on your camera to take the group photo, I would quickly read out some of the feedbacks which we have on the chat window. So we have Sister Vidhi mentioning, thanks a lot for the inspiring and wonderful session. We'll take back a lot to learn and imbibe. Thank you. Brother Vijay says, wonderful session. Deepika says, remarkable session. Looking forward to be compassionate always. Brother Vijay says, Mahesh says, thank you very much. Great session to get inspired with such inspiring people. Tejaswini says, awesome program about compassion and got to know the real meaning about compassionate. Thank to all and thank to wonderful session. Om Shanti. Mahesh Kumar says thanks a lot, brothers and sisters, for the wonderful sessions. So thanks a lot everyone for that. There are a few more, but in interest of time, I will just stop here. So thanks a lot everyone for joining in. So yeah, now it's the time for photo. Let me switch on my camera as well. So on the count of 5, I'll take the screenshot. Taking photo, that means I will not be with the camera, but yeah, screenshot is the only way I can grab the photos. So 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm still seeing some cameras getting switched on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me click another photo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smile. Let's show that compassionate feeling. Yeah, I got the photo. Thank you so much for joining in. And as Brother Manoj mentioned, we will move on to the part 2 of the compassionate module next Saturday, 9 a.m. Indian Standard Time. So I would request Sister Anu to just lead us through a minute's meditation and then we will close off. Over to you, Sister Anu.
Thank you, Praful brother. Okay, everyone, let's take a deep breath in and feel that beautiful feeling of joy wrapped up with compassion that we got out in the last 2.5 hours session. So as I reflect back, I feel that beautiful experience of compassion and peace that we all had was flying around, and I took in, and deep within me, I could feel that compassion and peace. So I will take it with me, and I will always shine this light of compassion, love, care for others. Thank you, everyone. So we'll see you all next Saturday. And thank you, Dr. Mehta. That's true. Praful Bhai said, it's always great to have you. And we get that energy, enthusiasm, the power. And thank you, everyone. I really enjoyed today's session, and I look forward to see you all next time.
See you all on Thursday first. Make sure you all spread the message far and wide. Okay.
Right. Join on Thursday. It will be really very, very an experience that will stay lifetime. And Dr. Mehta is there. Listen to all of the 6 people in one platform at one time is definitely something unique. So don't miss it out and join us on Thursday evening 7 p.m. I hope we can see that flyer maybe on the Vihasa website, Manoj Bhai.
I think we have to put it. Yeah, good reminder. We can put it on the website, but I don't know how to put it. Maybe people can I'll just put it on them again. If you all can note down the details again. And it will be coming in various groups, WhatsApp and group. And Praful Bhai, you will be sharing with them through emails as well. Is that okay? Is he there? I don't know.
Yes, we'll do that, brother.
Yeah. Okay, because it will be difficult to put on the website. I don't have the technology details about how to do that. Okay.
Monica Gupta.
Yeah, Monica Gupta. I have to contact her. Yeah.
Hey, thank you, everyone. And thank you, Praful Bhai, for every time making this happen electronically. The host. So.
Thank you, Anu sister.
Thank you. I've just sent the photo on the group. So all those who have logged in from PC can download. Rest others will share on email. Have a nice weekend. Om Shanti. Goodbye.
Om Shanti, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Om Shanti, everyone. And God's blessings, my dear brothers and sisters, to all of you.
I see beautiful smiles of all of you. So keep smiling until we meet next time. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.